Hello everyone, this is Crash's Top 5 Crashes from Division 1's first season from the Midwest F1 League. I am of course Crash McQueen. Through this we're going to look back at the journey that Season 1 brought us, through the eyes of Stat and I. If you haven't heard of us before, we stream live Wednesday through Friday, starting at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, and 1:30 p.m. the next day in Melbourne, Australia, where my co-host Stat is from. But with that being said, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with a very important bang. Our first crash comes at Suzuka, which in the Midwest community is known as the infamous Lap 25, where one of the league's favorites, Cam, seemingly had a win lined up with being third with 3 full laps to go after the restart on fresh softs and the 2 cars ahead on old hards.
We're on with Cam here, as Cam really needs to make a move as Kenny makes a move on Enriquez. As he goes in the inside, gets clipped, and both the Renault
and he's out! They're both out!
Oh!
No way!
As that will move everyone up the order.
Cam, of course, losing out on the win there, but after that he caught fire, winning the next 2 races, as well as going on to podium 8 out of the final 10. But unfortunately it wasn't enough, as he lost to Kenny because of the infamous crash at lap 25. Onward to Hungary, as from some earlier chaos in this race, it led to some of our quicker drivers being in the back of the grid after the restart. They get a little too aggressive trying to make up some of the ground.
Yes.
Looks like, ooh, the MX Racing Ginger gets taken over by MX and Aztec. Oh, and what do we have? Was that Kenny? Kenny and Random Serious got into it and smashed into the wall, and now Random Serious is out of this session. Racing
and
Ginger.
Now we have another safety car.
And another safety car, as these guys in the back of the pack are really trying to make up this ground.
Kenny got sandwiched in as the AlphaTauri found himself caught between 2 Red Bull pieces of bread. Random had the worst of luck, with him being the only one of the 3 to DNF. A little foreshadowing, as this won't be the last time we're at the Hungaroring this video. Anywho, we're now off to Zandvoort, where another heartbreaking crash happens on lap 27 as Clogmonger finds himself spinning out in a very unpeculiar spot. As Clogmonger went off there in the final section of 14 and 15.
He collides into, oh no! Collides into Barry!
He got
and
Barry.
They're both out. As we do have a virtual safety car. Oh no.
Oh, that's awful.
Now C. Barry wasn't able to get himself back close to the podium, mustering up a respectable 5th place finish. That elusive podium was stripped away and the opportunity was never given back in the following races to finish off Season 1. Now this next clip is from Brazil. This race never counted for points due to technical difficulties and was agreed to be re-raced at the end of the year. But this crash was far too good to leave out, and it finds its way to number 2 on Crash's Top 5 Crashes.
In the words of Lando Norris at Germany, it's effing wet.
There we go. Thank you. Drops down as he spins out. Oh, almost takes a piece off of what was
that? Has spun out on the start.
Oh, he gets clipped.
He collides with his teammate.
This is his teammate.
Oh, it's one of the
big crash! Wow,
Monster and No way!
Tim Lee, no!
Tim Lee!
What?
Why,
Tim? Why did it have to be
Tim
you?
Lee.
He couldn't avoid it. It was inevitable. Oh no, that's a heartbreaker.
Fan favorite Tim Lee was just not able to avoid Brian Mosser, ending the race for both drivers. We are 4 crashes in the books. Before we get to the number 1 crash, I'm going to pass it over to fan favorite German Crash. Thank you. We thought we'd put in a couple of honorable mentions as well. Starting all the way back in Sochi Race Week 3, as we have cars at the back parts of the grid and the race very early.
Falls a little bit back and is overtaken by Kenny early as Bloxham still has the outside lane, and we have a big crash.
Is out.
Nicky is out early as we have a lot of chaos back in the
pack. 5-second penalties.
3 racers are out already as we have an early safety car, very early safety car. A Haas, a Racing Ginger in a Red Bull, and Nicky in the Mercedes.
3 cars getting DNF'd at the first turn, wings flying everywhere, Feeman driving 90 degrees into a wall, and the end of the Sochi journey before the first turn for Feeman, Racing Ginger and Nicky. Thank you for involving me. Back to you, Canadian Crash. Anytime. That was my German heritage alter ego, German Crash. Now this next crash isn't from Tier 1, but it's too good not to put into the video. Happening in our Tier 2 series, at the beginning of the clip, you see Money Matt lose control after the popular Turn 12 in Australia, and onto the halo of Super Ninas we go. Money Matt picking up a penalty here.
Somebody else has spun. Oh my goodness, somebody's flipped. Money Matt is dead.
Okay.
Oh my god! What the
Now, to be fair to Super Ninas, that was his bot that crashed into Money Matt. Super Ninas disconnected from the race and his bot took over and saw red. Onward to the #1 crash from Season 1 of the Midwest F1 League. If you're part of the league, you'll know exactly where we're going, and that is Race Week 9 at the Hungaroring Turn 1. Take it away, Past Crash.
Oh, well, I'll get to that later, as we are growing up on our 5 lights, and now we have hit all 5 lights, and they are about to go out, and they go out now, and we see the drivers get off pretty solidly. Nothing real crazy going on in the back here. We do see a little bit of a wing damage. MX blocks him, actually loses out, and there we go! Oh my goodness gracious! We see all 4 drivers collide and pinch and slam into the walls. We see Cam now out of the session. We see penalties galore being handed out. See, Barry and Smokemon seem to have survived that whole ordeal, and as does MX Bloxham, but he is without a wing, and a safety car is deployed. Oh my goodness gracious, I had an absolutely beautiful view of that.
Some crazy stuff there. You can hear our stat and I are ecstatic from the sheer fact that we had the perfect angle for that crash. That crash had several factors. Cam was on a 2-race win streak that was instantly shut down. MX Bloxham got his first pole of the year, and that was all mute as he was involved in the 4-car collision, and Steve Barry was leading into Turn 1 while starting 5th on the grid. Now, this isn't the only thing that we do at the Midwest F1 League. There is more quality racing than crashes, and we'd love to show you live on our Twitch channel. The link is in the description. Be sure to tune in. We'd love to have you. But that is about it from me. I've been Crash McQueen. This has been the Midwest F1 League, and we hope to see you in the chat someday soon.